Hey everybody, it's Marty the JavaScript Party and just working on my 3JS project here, my simple 3JS project. I added another animation. I'm animating the camera. And what it does is it goes for 15 seconds and it just sort of slowly goes in. And then once the 50, once it gets past the middle, it starts looking backward because I keep re-looking at the 0 position. So now we got another start, and then every 15 seconds it adds one to the Q value of the Tor TorusKnot. So yeah, here's a really cool one. And I just never know exactly what we're gonna get, but as you can see, we're going through a pretty neat thing. I could sit there and just stare at this. It just blows my mind. Um, I think we're getting very close to something that I probably want to make an actual application out of. Just like it'd be kind of cool just to have this someplace that like while I'm at work or whatever, I could just have it going in the corner. Just like something to sort of give myself a little bit of a cognitive break every so often. Um, it's just really cool. Very excited about this. I just kind of want to let it go a couple more times. It's one of those times I wish I had a little bit more control now. Um, it'd be kind of cool to like be able to fast forward, to a bigger number or something like that. Um, and then it'd be cool if I had lights and reflections and things going on, or different colors, or pictures, or something. Just there's so many interesting things to do. But it does take a while because it is, I guess, each one of these it's like four, you get to see 4 a minute, which is actually pretty cool. Like if you were working, right? Like if you were at your job and you just have a little spot and you're in a corner somewhere and you can just have this thing running all day long, just watching the different shapes and stuff that get created and just watching it do its thing. And it also, like, if you had some sort of sound going or something, that'd probably be cool, a song or some sort of rhythm, a beat, something like that would probably be very cool. But that is that. I think it's really cool. I guess we should at least look at it rotating along the y-axis and see what kind of cool stuff we get. So I think that is really neat. And it looks like my recording is working. All right, now we'll add a little bit of X to it. Now we're right in the middle of all kinds of chaos. Yeah, I just think that is just the neatest thing. You just get some really cool, just individual screenshots. Like if you could just I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard to set up a freeze um, button to just stop everything exactly where you're at. So, anyways, I did quite a bit of coding for this one. I mean, relative to the other ones. Yeah, I had to make a small change in Viz. Oh yeah, I had to make the camera to where it could see farther because basically it was getting the video or the image itself was getting clipped. And also I had to pass in the camera. So you see, when I create a Viz animation class, I have to tell it give it a reference to the camera as well. So if we go look at our camera, and this is TorusKnot geometry dash 001 Annie P is for the um, fact that we're changing. Are we changing P? It looks like I might be changing G. Mesh function, this G, or did I just not? Oh, so this function gets passed in during construction time. And then I start the camera. Basically, if it hasn't been 15 seconds, then it might be 16 seconds. I'm not sure. I set the camera to 0 and I tell it to look at 0, 0, 0. So that's why it just keeps refocusing. Even after it goes through the middle, it looks back to 0, 0, 0, because basically every other time I move it by 0.06 and I look at 0, 0. So I don't know. I think it would be fun. It'd be fun to just like be able to um, watch this all day. Just like see, like, you know, just have this thing running in on the browser somewhere. Just see what comes up. Now, I think tomorrow what I'm going to do is um I don't know. So I don't think it works very well to like if they're the same, if P and Q. So let's just do that real quick. So if I take my function that I pass in from the viz, right? Let me hit this up here. And I've set both of them, where is it? If I set both of them to P. Yeah, so this is the P, right? They'll always just be one because they'll have the same amount of turns, and it'll be interesting to see if my screen locks up. See, so we're going through, and I think I should just, since we've actually seen the actual demo, I'm gonna change the animation class to change every 5 seconds instead of every 5 seconds. So it should happen faster. And I guess it is more interesting. See how they just stay every time, it just sort of stays the same. It's not identical, but it's pretty darn close every time you redraw. There's not such a big change. And then, so like if we change the other one back to here, click on this so I can edit it. And then if we changed this guy to being 1, staying at 1, then that was sort of the demo that we did yesterday, which is neat. Like, see, you can see that it had gotten where it was just sort of wavy. And see, it would be nice. Like, I think 15 seconds is nice because, like, for something that you would just have sort of running through the day, because then it's like not enough to like for you to just sit there and stare at it all day. But like every once in a while, you could look up and say, "Wow, that was a neat one. That was a really, really neat one." But it's like neat. I think the other one is neater though. But the point was, yeah, the point I was trying to make was that when you um, let's make that other one back to 15 again. When you when they're the same, they just don't. When they're the same, you just don't get anything particularly interesting. It just is like it's pretty boring. I feel like this, once we even get through one, like literally the second one is just way more interesting. So like I think anything that would change it, like we probably don't want it to be like random. Probably don't want a random number, but but maybe we do. Maybe, you know what? That's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna just try to make it to where P and every 15 seconds, P and Q are a random number between 1 and 100, or maybe 1 and 1,000. Yeah, probably like 1 in 1,000. And then we'll let it go for 15 seconds, and then see what kind of thing we get. And I don't know, maybe that may not be very good, and maybe we want to do like a Perlin noise kind of thing. Um, Perlin noise is like a really cool um, function that some guy came up for the movie Tron that gives you like a random like numbers. They're not really random. They're much more organic, kind of like the way this is. This how this is pretty like organic looking. It almost looks like it's alive. Um, just think that is just the neatest thing. Um, so, anyways, that is next. This is the code. I will push it out. I will upload this video shortly, and I will put a link to this code, to the repo, to the branch of this code, so that if you want, you can pull it down and give it a shot. Always happy coding, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye.